Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about cyber safety as we've been talking about the internet and social media and the topic like I said, the topic that we're working on this month is cyber safety. So today I wanted to talk about that a little bit. So why are some reasons that we use the internet? Like I said, social media and, using Facebook, um, Tumblr, Twitter, today's the day and age of social media in our society. Another one is to research. So the students use it all the time. We constantly use it as educators, professionals. So researching data, definitely a topic that we use it for. Shopping. Some families don't have the ability to get out and go shopping, so they can use the internet now to go shopping. You can buy your groceries, you can go and buy, whatever you want almost and have it delivered right to your house. So shopping is definitely becoming a topic that they're using the internet for. Communication. As I said before, social media, so they're using it to communicate with other people across countries, podcasts, people are communicating all the time. So you can have interactive lessons, you can do a lot of different things. Entertainment, so whether it be to watch a movie or, any type of going out to do certain activities, you can look up entertainment. But like I said, watching movies is definitely something that people utilize the internet for. Educational purposes. So like I said, we're creating, podcasts and talking about different things all the time. Work purposes. So, you obviously use the internet to research whatever you need to research or, talk to your boss and look up information or, sometimes you need to look something up. Work purposes definitely is a major one we're using it for. And emotional support is another one. Unsafe hazards of the internet. So just because there is positives to using the internet, there's also a lot of negatives, as we talk about in our class all the time. Some of those negatives would be inappropriate content. So, there's things that, you shouldn't be looking at or, hackers or different things that are going on. There's a lot of different information out there that should not be utilized, especially in educational purposes. Cyberbullying. So this is becoming a more and more prevalent, and we are discussing it in our class. And actually, later on down the road, we will also be discussing a homework assignment based on this as well. So they're going to be talking about the cyberbullying with you, the parents and guardians, and we will be going over that. Cyber stalking, another one, with social media. You don't know if you don't know who a person is, and we talk about this in class all the time. This is definitely something that you should be discussing with your kids and reminding them, as we talk about it in class. If they don't know who you are, you shouldn't be talking to them, or come to an adult and make sure that it's somebody that is known before they start talking to them. Virus-ridden content. So, like I said before, there's hackers. So if you click on the wrong thing that looks like your email or an email that pops up and you think it's important and you click on it, you might have just given your information to someone. So we talk about this in class as well. So there's a lot of different ways that there's people out there that have not good motives. And so we talk about this in class all the time. Copyright infringement, impersonation, and plagiarism. These are major. Plagiarism's huge, especially with us when we get older. We've been talking about it a little bit with the students, that, making sure that we're giving the credit to who actually wrote the information and not taking it as our own. Impersonation. So like I said before, talking about cyber stalking and bullying, and there's people out there who are pretending to be the IRS, for example, to us adults, and they're sending you an email to call them or talk to them. Or so another reason that we talk about this in class is just the safety, all around safety, and making sure that the students are aware. Ways to stay safe while using the internet. Some of the ways we talk about are: don't talk to strangers on any of the websites that we talked about. Always consult with an adult if you're nervous about a situation online. So we want to make sure that you are aware of what's going on while the students are online. Do not go to websites that you know are not safe, and if you are not sure, just ask an adult. So communication is key. I just want to reiterate that communication is key, and as educators, we want to make sure the students know what's safe and not safe when it comes to the websites. Ensure that all of your social media accounts have the proper security settings. So make sure that it's private, that only the people that you want to see your information can see it, and also make sure that what you're posting is appropriate. And that's what we talk about in class. Allow your parents to review your social media profiles. So this is something we talk about all the time. I know a lot of students are very nervous about allowing their parents to be involved and don't like it, but for safety purposes, it's great as educators and as parents to make sure that we're always monitoring what's happening, especially in today's society. Don't be afraid to ignore someone who may seem unsafe online. You have the power to respond or not respond. So this is definitely another one. If somebody does hack your account or they can scare you, they use scare tactics to get you to do something that you don't want to do, you have the right to not respond or, to take into account your own responsibilities. Speak to others the way that you would like to be spoken to. So being nice, this is just another way of social or cyberbullying. This goes with that hand in hand. We talk about this on a daily basis. Make sure that you're nice to others. It's one of our classroom rules. Do not speak rudely to others and hide behind the keyboard. So this is another one where you're just it comes into account just being respectful. That's another one of our rules, just being respectful of others. Remember that everything you do online is tracked and on the internet. Make sure that we've discussed with your students. I've discussed it, and we like to make sure that the families discuss it as well. Everything you do online remains online and can be monitored. So, if you put anything online where your whereabouts, you're in the hospital, you check in at a location, somebody could be watching you. And this is something we talk about with the students because you don't always think about it. And most importantly, just use your best judgment. So now I just wanted to go over this video. So I just wanted to provide that video as it just wraps up everything that we kind of talked about. So we will continue to talk about bullying and cyber safety in our classroom throughout the month. And if you have any questions or concerns or things that you'd like to be discussed, make sure you shoot me an email and we can go over that. Thanks again for listening.